to respond a little bit more to the comments made by William and Kate and Harry this morning on NBC. This is the 4th of January 2016. Uh, Let me go back real quick and say this. This is Elizabeth and that whole brood of thieves. Her father, George VI, this was made in 1939, the year I was born, so they're planning my kidnapping with Roosevelt and his mother and wife, Eleanor, and they're planning my kidnapping. That in 41 they kidnapped me and brought me to this family where they're all dressed up. They didn't look like that. They didn't have cars. It was a pigsty, a shack, where I was so abused, and was a horrible life. And isn't it strange that no one wants the truth told? Suddenly, when the truth starts coming out, a friend gave me this to put it up on the social media because a lot of them work for me. And by the way, I want to get this in. I never knew I would end up here in Roanoke. I came here in October of '86, and I had been flown out to Larry Flint's. I had done a medical malpractice book on mind control, programming people to shoot, kill. I mean, it's unlimited, the usage of it. They can even mass armies place them under mind control now, and they never know it. But anyway, I work for doctors, and I did the book, and I'm kind of tired. I've had to move again, as you can see, and that's bouncing around there. But anyway, what I wanted to say is I also was, they planned my kidnapping. The Rothschilds, Rockefellers, Bilderbergers, Joe Kennedy was ambassador, and during that time, and I wonder how I came across the pond here. My mother is Claudia Ruth O'Keefe, and she's married to my dad, Edward VIII, and my father never married this American spy. This is a double, a look-alike that a lot of them were used back in those days. My mom is sister to artist Georgia O'Keeffe. This is my mom, Claudia Ruth. So you can see how much power went into the cover-up in my birth. There was an addendum to the forced abdication. And the addendum was legal. It went before the proper courts and everything, and they put a 99-year seal on it. This guy that's made out to look good, the illegal George VI, and this woman that everybody loves, they don't have to answer to anybody. They can just spend the money they stole from me. They can give away my country and get away with it, and everybody loves them. Part of it is people would like to live the lifestyle they're living, so it's a sanctioned crime. And I want to bring this in, too, if I'm jumping around a little. I was listening to the affluenza. Excuse me if I'm not pronouncing it real. I think everybody knows I'm allergic to chemicals. It's not funny either, but what do? I have to deal with it some way, and I do that by laughing. I have an immune disorder, and I've been deliberately placed to where I had to suck in fumes that have really makes my immune system attack itself and inflammation and everything. So this is new. It's cute in here. I just don't have a place to put my things, and I'm only here for a few weeks. So anyway, if I'm jumping around, that's part of it. It affects me focusing and everything. Everything is new, the paint and all of it, glue on the floors and stuff. But I mean, it's pretty. It's cute if it were cleaned up. Well, if I had a place to put the things that's clean. But anyway, I didn't mean to get into that. I want to get back also before I jump around some more to, I've told about mind control murders. I had a letter from the U.S. Attorney back June the 23rd, which, by the way, is my father's birthday. This is my dad, Edward VIII. And I'm the legal heir to the British Crown. That's what was on the addendum, and it's all legal. But this man and the Kennedys and the Rothschilds, Rockefellers, Bilderbergers that control the banking, they put a 99-year seal on it. So anyway, so it would hide my birth and then Victoria II. and hide the fact that my dad never married Wallace Simpson. It was all contrived and a lie. Can you believe the crap that went on to bring that about? And also, I ended up in Charlottesville. Well, I have been in Charlottesville, but where I'm living in Roanoke is about 60 miles from Charlottesville, Virginia. That's where is our Nicholas's daughter, Anastasia, and it was Anastasia, and she lived a horrible life. I wanted to ask this, Elizabeth, where's her money? They're cousins of mine, just like they are to Elizabeth. God help us all. This woman and that brood. I'm jumping around because I want to go back to the interview this morning with Harry and William. It's so unreal to listen to them because they don't have to answer to anyone. Like, they're being charitable and everything. With my money, they fail to to put that in. They delete that little bit of information. But it's so appalling to watch them and to get away with it. And they talk about their father. I mean, a sense of duty was instilled in him at an early age. My God, what is he referring to, William? Charles is illegal, and he knows it, the wannabe king. My father never married Wallace Simpson. He married a beautiful lady, my mom, Claudia O'Keefe. They stole the crown. They gave away my country. Just look at what they've done to it. All you have to do, Elizabeth and William, is look around you. If you can look from out behind the limo walls and behind the castle walls to where you're being protected, a bunch of thieves that should be brought before the only court that can put you down, and that's God himself that can make you pay for your crimes. So if I'm jumbling around here, it's because my life hasn't been at all. It's been polar opposite of what this illegal woman, well, anyway, they made her out in the movie, The King's Speech, all lies. They deleted every bit of the truth. So I'm going to go on that one. Here's the one thing I wanted to get in if I can before the video goes off. I wrote about mind control murders, and if you care to go back on YouTube or Instagram or Facebook, it's all over there, the list that from way back. And I had a letter from the FBI, June the 23rd of 79, ongoing investigation, national security involved. But what I wanted to say was, all the media knows this about my kidnapping. They knew that before I found out before I did. I found out in '83. But they know about the mind control murders and all that. Now then, I wanted to say this because mind control has nothing to do with mental illness. And these shootings have all been the ones that are told on TV. I'm sure there's things happen that aren't done by mind control, but they are mind control. It's the agency doing it. And President Obama is going with the attorney general, and he's going to try to blame it all on your guns and take the guns away and background checks. I hope you get to hear about background checks. They're about as good as... So anyway, everybody's falling for it. James Holmes has been tortured with illegal drugs. He's a mind control victim, and so is Aurora, Colorado. And I want to say this: the president said he cared for Gabby Gifford, the congresswoman. I was trying to find that. I got a picture of it. I don't know how these people, they're supposed to be in politics, and yet nobody speaks of mind control and programming. They brought before Congress in '53 the agency that was so responsible back then. So nobody's held accountable. They're not asked questions like Hillary Clinton and Elizabeth, are you part of the New World Order that's in place now? And ask Elizabeth about me. If she'll, for once, stand there and answer the question, she either has to lie or tell the truth.